Warning, this program is intended for adults only. What you're about to listen to contains explicit language, sexual topics, and don't be surprised if you get wet.
You've just tuned in to PooseBoss with your host, Victoria Lynn.
Bitches, it's finally here. A place that we can all come to and talk about the one thing we all love. Our pussy. Or maybe someone else's. What's up? It's your girl, Victoria Lynn, and you've just tuned into PooseBoss, where we talk sex, relationships, and all things pussy. Bitches, it's time to take control and be the boss of your pussy. No more will we be slut-shamed for wanting to wear that hoish outfit on a Saturday night. No more will we be ridiculed because we like to go to strip clubs too. No more will I hide my sex toys underneath the bed like a little bitch. I will proudly wear them. Even though I've never used it before, but yes, I do own a strap-on. Being the boss of your own pussy isn't easy. People are gonna hate on you. You're gonna fall more in love with yourself probably too. Which means people are gonna hate on you more because your confidence is going to fucking skyrocket. Because when you love your pussy and treat your pussy right, things around you get better. And so that's why I am here to help guide you into becoming the boss of your pussy, the best boss of your pussy you possibly fucking can be. For some reason, we've been taught to hide our pussies, be ashamed of our pussies. But we shouldn't be ashamed at all. I mean, for crying out loud, women bring human beings into the world. Our pussy should be fucking praised. Because without pussy, whoever the fuck's listening to this podcast, there would be no you. So, that being said, it's time for us to stand up. It's time for you to stop not giving your pussy the attention it deserves. So, there are many things when we talk about pussy, and it can get a little messy sometimes. But PooseBoss has no limits, no restrictions, and we're not here to judge. So if you want to tell me what it's like to have a awesome squirt fest, I would love to know, considering I've never actually enjoyed a squirt fest. I mean, what the fuck is a squirt fest? Like, where did I come up with this shit? I guess I'm thinking like on a porno, you know, where like this girl just keeps squirting and squirting. Like, I've never actually squirted like that. So I would love to hear from somebody like, what's it like to squirt multiple times like a waterfall? And, you know, what's it feel like? And how do you do it? Like, fuck yeah. Like, I want to know. I mean, if I can do it, why not try it out? You never know. All right. So it's the first podcast and I didn't know really where I wanted to start. But then I was like, duh, bitch. Duh. You need to start with masturbation. Because if one thing's for sure, it's not something they fucking taught in school, but they definitely should. I mean, I can still remember the first day I ever realized I could even like masturbate and touch myself. And it was just me on the couch. I can remember my parents were in their room sleeping, but like they had the hall light on. So, you know, you weren't really sure when they were going to walk out kind of thing. But we had HBO for a short time, or Cinemax. We had Skinemax for a short time. And I can remember I had found out, you know, a couple nights ahead that there was soft porn on. And I was like, oh shit, like I got to check this out. I mean, I couldn't have been more than like, I wasn't older than 12, 13, maybe even younger than that. But I remember, because all I had seen from then is just scrambled porn. All I saw was scrambled porn. So you'd see a titty every now and again, but I never actually saw any penis, which is funny because I would definitely see titties, but I never once on scrambled porn saw cock and balls. I remember turning on Skinemax and watching what I can kind of remember thinking was honestly Valley of the Dolls. And it was super soft. It wasn't anything like you see now on UJizz or Pornhub. I mean, shit, if I had seen that in the beginning, I don't know what I'd be doing now sexually, because that's like so aggressive. But I can remember watching it, and I remember like, you know, kind of playing with myself and kind of getting off. But I felt like so guilty about it. It was like I felt ashamed to do it. I couldn't believe I was doing this, and oh my God, like I can't believe this feels good. It was almost like I couldn't allow myself to enjoy it. When you're trying to understand your wants, needs, and desires, it's not like your mom comes in with the magical pussy book and like all is solved. Here, this is, you know, like for chicks, they're like, here, this is how to masturbate. And by the way, this is how you ride a dick. And then for guys, it's like, hey, here's how you masturbate. And oh, by the way, here's how you properly lick a clit. Like that would be great if men got that, you know, little Bible book before. I shouldn't probably use the word Bible, but I'm just saying that book before they go into the dating world. Could you imagine, like ladies, could you imagine if men were given like a book from their, well, mother would be weird, but, you know, maybe made by a woman, given down to their fathers, and fathers given down. Who the fuck knows how we would do it to where it wouldn't be incest or disgusting? But regardless, wouldn't it be fucking amazing if they were given a book at a young age and they were like, here, study this shit. This is how you lick pussy. This is how you fuck. Oh my God, is that fucked up that I'm saying that though? But I almost think like it could solve so many world problems. We would be able to discuss things a little bit more open. I mean, we're just such a closed, guarded society when it comes to sex, yet everything is so over-sensualized, you know? Or sexualized, over-sensualized. You get the fucking point. Whether we like it or not, and whether you think I'm crazy or not for saying that we need a book, there is no fucking book. There's no book at all. I mean, the best you might get is your parents to actually sit you down and talk with you, but really, it's all about experimentation or nowadays the internet. And it's unfortunate that not only women, but also men have to rely on Google for these things because we're so ashamed to talk about it in public or with our friends. But the more we open up with each other, the more we can not only figure out what we like, but also learn about different things. And you never know, your pussy will probably thank you for having an open mindset. Just saying, but. Now, let's take a second to hear from our sponsors. Are you horny, but sick of being slut-shamed for riding too much dick? Introducing the revolutionary 10 times orgasmic Go! Guaranteed to give you 10 orgasms in a row. That's right, I said 10 orgasms in a row. Stop being slut-shamed for wanting to come. Take matters into your own hands. Literally.
You've just tuned in to PooseBoss with your host, Victoria Lynn.
I mean, 10 orgasms in a row? That would be insane. Well, to be honest, I've been pretty close when I'm by myself. But I do have to sometimes take a little step back because I, am worried I might hurt myself. I don't know if you know this, but pussy burn, that's a real thing, ladies. That's why you got to make sure you have proper lubricant on hand. Even if you think you wet, I'm so juicy, wet, I don't need no lubricant. You be thanking me later when you don't have that rash between your lips. Ow! Yeah, that's so funny. I don't know why I think that's so funny. That's nasty though. But the thing is not everybody actually even knows how to have an orgasm, let alone knows how to masturbate. I mean, some women are in their 30s and have never even had an orgasm in their life, which is crazy. Our bodies are amazing, amazing things, and we're able to feel and do amazing things with our pussy that we should definitely be experimenting with, ladies. Like, we should not be ashamed of the idea of squirting in someone's bed. And that brings me to my biggest point, reason why I think masturbation is so important. Because as a woman who is sexually active, if you're having sex and you're not having an orgasm, what are you really getting from it? Are you really getting as much from sex as you can? Are you really getting as much from oral stimulation as you can? Are you really getting as much from anal? Whatever it is that you like or are doing, are you doing it because you want to come, or are you doing it to please somebody else? Now, you could be doing it to please somebody else, and that could be the way that you come. Basically, you're getting off on, pleasing him, which is fine too. But if you're not really coming, then that's probably not the truth. And only you know that. You're not going to tell me, because obviously nobody wants to say like, hey, I've been actually lying to my boyfriend of 5 years or my husband of 10 years, and I've only came like once or never. I get it. But that's why, without them knowing, you can solve that problem in one little step, and that's called masturbation, which is why it is so important to know your pussy. Let me give you an example of how masturbation has served me in making sure that I enjoy myself when I hook up with somebody. So I was on Tinder. Yeah, I was swiping. I matched with this guy. He was cute. And obviously at the time I was not looking for a random hookup or whatever. That wasn't what I was using Tinder for. Like, one of those weird chicks that are on there. I was thinking, oh, maybe I can actually meet somebody and have a relationship with them. Sounds so stupid. So anyway, I actually thought oh, he's cute. I didn't do what I would normally do now, which now I kind of, I put him through a little background check or dick check or whatever you want to call it before I actually decide if I'm going to see him, especially if it's just going to be kind of like a hit it and quit it situation. However, for this situation, I was not up to par yet in my dating level, my fuckery level. I don't know what you want to call it. My slutty level, if that's what you're going to call it. Someone's going to say I'm a slut, so I'll just put it out there. My slut level game was not up yet, but it is now. Hey. So I was with this dude, and we decided to go back to his place, and obviously we started hooking up or whatever, right? So I was on top. And I look down, and this motherfucker is straight dead asleep, like dead asleep. Luckily, his dick was still hard, so it was all right. I literally I couldn't have been there for more than 2 minutes. I literally took care of myself while he was sleeping, hopped up off of him, got dressed. Once I hopped off of him, it's like he woke up and he realized like I was leaving. And yeah, I left and I never spoke to him again. But man, am I glad that I knew how to take care of business that night. Cause I would have been fucking pissed. I would have had to go home. I would have had to wait till I got home, make sure I have batteries in my vibrator, probably not have batteries in my vibrator. So then I have to probably go get batteries and I have to come back. Then I have to get in the mood, blah, blah, blah. By that time, I'm not even wanting to do it anymore because I'm pissed off. Because I should have came when I was at his house. And that is why masturbation is super important. It's weird to talk about masturbation. Especially for me as a woman, I just feel like it was never really promoted to me. I mean, even sex ed wasn't real sex education. I mean, think back. At what point did we really learn about all the amazing things you can do with your body? Why is it that we're taught about the bad things that come of sex, but not really taught of the great things that come of sex? We're taught about babies, but we're also not really taught in a positive way about the reproductive system. I think it comes down to everybody just being uncomfortable with how they really feel about sex. I mean, we all have some sort of sexual desire or fantasy that we probably don't want the person next to us or even our partner knowing. And that's where it's kind of fucked up because a lot of us are probably not even living our true sexual lives. desires and wants, whatever that may be, because we're hiding. And masturbation is the start of not hiding from yourself. Nobody's going to see you masturbate unless you leave your window open or unless you videotape it and send it to somebody and then they end up, putting it on the iCloud and then it's everywhere. But even then, that's the worst that can happen. And I know it's weird and I know it's uncomfortable to touch yourself because it was for me for so long. I really didn't start masturbating until I was almost 27. I thought it was weird. I thought it was gross. And then I moved out to California and my roommate was like, bitch, what do you mean you don't masturbate? And I was like, well, I'm single, so I might as well start, double clicking the mouse. Bam, started double clicking the mouse. And I had played around a little bit, but I never really went all the way. I didn't realize how good it could be. And now I realized I had been missing out on a lot of opportunities, not just by myself, but sexually with other people, the way that I could have enjoyed my sexual experiences more if I had not been so scared of loving myself. And I mean, you're like, where do I start? How do I even get there? Well, I mean, you can always use porn. Right? You can watch somebody else who's masturbating on porn to show you, to stimulate you. Again, nobody knows what you're watching besides you. So don't feel disgusted at your own sexual desires. I still can't believe it took me so long to regularly masturbate. And thank God, because I can't imagine living without it. Understanding my body and what it makes me feel good, not just what makes sex better, but also what makes me feel sexier. So today, I'm challenging you to not be ashamed and to instead embrace your pussy. So if you've never masturbated before in your life, I'm giving you a 30-day masturbation challenge. For 30 days, I want you to touch yourself. Maybe just feel your breast or your thighs. You'd be surprised at what it does for your self-confidence when you start to love and desire your body as much as the person you want. Because, girl, when it's like that, you don't give a fuck about that person because you already realize, look at this. I got all this. I got all this. And it all starts with you and your pussy. It's that time. Turn up the volume, take notes, and get ready. Here are your PooseBoss tips of the day. Look, do not worry. Do not fear. I am here with the PooseBoss tips for masturbation. I don't know why I sang that out, but whatever. Here we go. Tip number 1. You want to get the mood right. Anybody who tells you if the mood's not right, it doesn't affect them is bullshit. Personally, I like to have it a little dim, just a little bit of light. I like to see my body still. I want to make sure the TV's on because otherwise I'm afraid my roommates are going to hear that bzz, bzz, bzz. So TV is always on. I usually put something on that won't distract me. So nothing good like Dynasty. Instead, I throw on Lock Up. It's so true, y'all. I be putting Lock Up on. I don't watch it. It just goes on the TV because I'm watching porn on my phone. But Lock Up be my show where I be masturbating. Lock Up, prison. Yep, Maximum. That's my shit. So you want to make sure the mood's right. So I put on Lock Up. For me, it works. You do you. You could also put music on your television. I feel like if I put music on, they're either thinking I'm doing a Skype call striptease, which I'll get into later on another podcast, or they're going to know that I'm masturbating. So I can't do music. It's too obvious that something's going on. So that's why Lock Up's on. But anyways, then I like to check out on my cell phone what, the new the new updates on UJizz, Pornhub, see what's going on, figure out what I like to watch, maybe just look through, kind of gets you, a little excited. And then sometimes if I'm not really feeling in the mood, but like, I want to, like, I'm in the mood, but I'm not really in the mood, I honestly like to get in lingerie. Honestly, that's sometimes just how I get in the mood is by looking at myself. I'll just look at myself and think, wow, like you look so fucking banging today. So you could try that way. Lingerie works, or you could just go down to your underwear, check yourself out in the mirror and give you some self-confidence boost, talk about how good you look, and then hit that bed. Bet you have a great orgasm. Just saying. But most of all, you need to relax. Getting in the mood consists of relaxing and letting go of your fears, letting go of anything you might worry about, such as feeling ashamed or disgusted or gross. This isn't gross. This is your pussy, ladies. Enjoy it. Love it. And it will love you back. Tip number 2, use your fingers. Don't rush to just go and grab vibrators, though that is my personal favorite, and I will say that over and over and over. But I really think it's important for you to take the time to enjoy your body. Use your fingers, stimulate your nipples, play with yourself. Like I said, grab yourself. Think of how you like your partner to entice you. You can do the same thing in different ways, as oddly as that may sound. But you want to embrace your body and allow yourself to let go. And when you get to the magical pussy, you can use your fingers in different ways. You can do a little fast kind of tap amongst your clit. You can use both fingers and rub a little bit. You really can just experiment and figure out what feels best to you, because not everybody masturbates the same way. Also, you can use your fingers to penetrate yourself, which is a weird word to use, but you are technically penetrating yourself with your finger. You can use one, you can use two. If you can fist yourself, that's a motherfucking talent, and I would like you to email me, please, because you have to be a guest on my show. But don't be scared. Don't go right to the toys. Try some things out with your hands. Use what God gave you. Tip number 3, say the fingers aren't working and you're like, man, I don't know. I'm just not feeling right. I can't get myself to feel in the mood and I'm worried someone's going to walk in on me and blah, 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 blah. Here we go, ladies. I'm about to change your life if you've never heard this. Go to the bathroom, lock the door, go to the shower. If you have a removable shower head, you will be in heaven shortly. Removable shower heads are amazing. If your girlfriend's never told you about this, I am seriously sorry. They are not your girlfriends. The removable shower heads not only are great because you have the privacy of being in a bathroom. Everybody thinks you're taking a shower, so nobody's going to bother you. So they don't realize that you're actually in there, twiddling your twat. Twiddling your twat though, Victoria? I don't know why I said twiddling your twat, but yeah, you're in there twiddling your twat. And, but the truth is it allows you to kind of relax a little bit, not worry about somebody coming in, and you don't have to use your own hands if that kind of just makes you feel uncomfortable or you haven't gotten to that point. Also, if you are having trouble getting clitoral stimulation, the shower head is mighty powerful. So don't you worry. The power of the water pressure from that shower head against your clit is amazing. And I will be surprised if you don't leave with at least one, if not 2 orgasms. And trust me, I know a lot of women who do this technique. I actually even know women who use just the tub faucet. So if you are agile enough to make it work, for me, I've tried it, but I kind of have too big of an ass, so I sit back too far, but I've tried it. It'll work, trust me. Just make sure not to burn your pussy, because hot water burns, so make sure you check the temperature before you put it underneath the water. That's a special tip. And then tip number 4. Obviously, I've already said this, vibrators, and dildos. I personally like vibrators because it's what works for me. It's fast, it's easy, and you can have multiple orgasms. I mean, I don't know what else more to tell you. You don't need a big vibrator. You literally can have a bullet or a mini size one the size of your middle finger that can do wonders for you. Wonders. It's really up to you as to what you're looking for. Some people like clitoral stimulation, while others, honestly, are more into penetration. So if you're more into penetration, there's dildos that can be used to achieve G-spot stimulation. So many type of dildos. There's big ones, there's small ones, there's medium ones, there's white ones, there's black ones, there's purple ones, there's pink ones. There's dildos and vibrators galore. Which one do you want? That's basically what it's like when you walk into a sex shop. Actually, I saw there's this new vibrating dildo that what it does is it's connected to your phone, I think. So it's connected to an app. So in the app, you actually can see what your vagina is doing because it like shows this little picture while you're masturbating, and it shows you, like, it creates kind of what, like, it's with lines and colors. It creates what your orgasms look like, which is really cool. But I think it also just kind of like starts to get to know your body. So now there's actually a vibrator that will get to know your body the same way a person would, probably even better. Man, we're all fucked. I swear, once they start making like life-size, fuckable, realistic robot people, I don't know. I just think people are gonna be so fucked. Regardless, there's many different types of dildos and vibrators out there for you to try. There's dildos with suction cups that you can try if you want to try, doing a little doggy style to yourself. It's very possible. And as weird as it may sound, again, it's in your own bedroom, guys. No one will ever know. So if that's what you want to try, go on Love Honey right now. They're having their summer sale. Pick you up an 8-inch freaking cock that can stick to your damn wall and then fucking ride it. That's what I say. Woo! Regardless, don't be intimidated by your pussy. Take charge and find enjoyment in your sex life. We spend too much time slut shaming and being ashamed of our sexual desires. Think of masturbation as a way to release that fear. It's not disgusting. It's not gross. Being wet is dope. And fucking coming is amazing. This is not weird. We should not be ashamed to talk about this. This should not be weird that you're listening to me talk about masturbation and that you might be getting a little turned on right now because you want to go home and masturbate. That's not weird. Though it does probably mean that my voice is kind of turning you on. So, hey. And that's why I'm telling you this 30-day challenge, it's up to you, bitch. And yes, I'm talking to you, the one who hasn't masturbated, who's never tried, who's sitting there thinking I'm a crazy fucking bitch. Try it. If you don't enjoy it, fine. But at least you can say you tried. And I promise, with these PooseBoss tips, I'm sure you will have a very successful night. And now, for your enjoyment, a pussy jingle by PooseBoss.
If you're horny and you know it, clap your hands. If you're horny and you know it, clap your hands. If you're horny and you know it and you really wanna show it. If you're horny and you know it, clap your hands. Shut up! Woo!
It's that time. Time to unwind and release your thoughts. It's time to ask the PooseBoss. All right, so this is one of my favorite parts of the podcast, and that's where I get to answer your questions. So I always love when you slide into my DMs. And by the way, if you haven't yet, please do. I'm still waiting on those dick pics. So make sure to hit me up on Instagram at PooseBoss, PooseBoss, with your questions so you can make next week's episode. I received a message from Megan. And honestly, I don't think she's the only person who feels this way. And I touched on this earlier. So let me read it. Dear Pussy Boss, I'm 36 years old and I've never masturbated before in my life. I want to try it for the first time, but I don't want my husband getting mad at me. Please help. What should I do? Okay, first off, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if I went to my man and I said, I want to masturbate, and if he didn't say I either want to watch or I want to join, like I watch him masturbate, which maybe that won't get you off, but you never know. Again, try it. I would be completely upset because I'm pretty sure that your husband would love this. I think that you should open up and tell him that you want to masturbate and that you'd like to maybe try it on your own. But you could also ask him to just watch, which I think you might find him watching could really amplify the situation and the enjoyment for you, because there's something about having somebody watch you do something that's supposed to be private. And personally, I find it very, very enticing. So I would highly suggest, Miss Megan, for you to either A, try it when he's not at home if you want to do it on your own because this is your choice. Or B, if you would like to involve him, don't feel ashamed. Involve him. And there's multiple ways you can involve him, like I said. So you can decide, do you want him to watch you? Do you want him to direct you? Do you want him to also masturbate at the same time? So many different choices. All I know is you're gonna have fun. Our partners get turned on when we get turned on. We should never feel ashamed of something that turns us on. The better you are with communicating to your partner what makes your pussy happy, the better your life and sex is going to be. Your life is going to be great because sex is going to be great. And on top of that, your partnership is going to be stronger because you're able to be honest and trustworthy with each other. And that's really what it comes down to, whether it's masturbation, whether it's, what school you want your kid to go to. It all comes down to being honest and truthful with each other. I don't know why I used that kid reference, but whether you've masturbated or not, I think it's safe to say we've learned one important thing today: to love your pussy. Being the boss of your pussy isn't easy. There will be uneventful orgasms and intense G-spot stimulation. There will be period cramps and bloody underwear. There will be days you rock a full bush and others where you'll go completely bare, which is my personal preference, but it changes depending on the man, honey. Ooh, okay. But together, bitches, we will get through it. Pussy Boss was created when I was younger because I thought something was wrong with me, that I wasn't a normal. What the fuck is normal anyways? Finally, at 30, I realized that nothing's wrong with me and I should embrace who I am. I should embrace my sexuality. It doesn't matter whether you're gay, straight, bi-curious, pansexual, trans. Honestly, it's no one's fucking business but your own. So embrace it. And if somebody doesn't like it, it's probably because they aren't fucking getting what they wanted. Pussy Boss is about embracing who you are without restrictions or boundaries. And remember, ladies, to keep patting that
Pussy Boss.
And don't forget to follow me, Victoria Lynn, on Instagram @officialVictoriaLynn. And of course, bitches, follow the show @PussyBoss. You'll know how to find it.